Hello and welcome to MGP284. I'm Kevin with Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 And first of all, our deepest apologies that there was no podcast last week. All three of these were very, very ill. I tried to convince them to do a show, but they weren't having any of it. They didn't want to put the work in for you lot. So they insisted. And they even said, Kev, you can't even go it alone. We know you're man enough to do it, but we just can't let you do it. That would involve working too hard. Just root through your phone, see if there's any hilarious escalator videos you can tweet out as an alternative for people and make do with that. So I really tried, but they just wouldn't let me do a show. So we have missed our first week of 2018 and I'm desperately upset about it and disappointed in the three of you, quite frankly.
Do you know what was probably more important? It was our however many year anniversary as well.
Our 15-year anniversary.
I think it's 8, but I don't know for sure. I got a thing on
show, surely.
I got a thing on LinkedIn telling me it was my 8th year at Mature Gamer, and I was like
6 years, I think.
That's what I thought.
2011, I think.
No, it was a few months before I met Anna, so it was January 2012 it started.
I wouldn't say no.
Well, you're good, because if you did, you'd be wrong. January 2012.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So 6 years. Before that, obviously, best thing for a couple of years to do.
That's
like
probably it, isn't it? Yeah. So when I was ranting at Sony earlier, I shouldn't have put 8, really, should I?
Well, they're not going to check, are they?
No.
How are we all on this fine week, anyway?
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I vented at you pre-show. You know where I sit.
Yeah, goodness me. Does anyone want to take over the role of pepping Sheepdog up pre-show so we don't have to listen to his woes? Aye.
I think your extreme laughter did a good job of putting me up.
Yeah, we are the best people ever. He comes on 3 different tales of woe, and the 3 of us couldn't stop laughing at any of them. You'd think he would stop telling us about them after the second one. But no, they just kept on coming. It was like a stand-up routine. Amazing stuff. Now I understand. Now I understand why your wife's married to you. The entertainment.
Yeah. Isn't that why anyone? I just said why anyone's married to me. That's not what I meant. Isn't that why anyone knows me?
Exactly. And me and Anna are only together because we go to Manchester once a year, which we also clarified pre-show.
So, is Manchester happening? You've said no, have you, or you don't think so?
Well, Play Expo doesn't seem to be happening. There's nothing on their website. If anyone knows, if the good people of Play Expo are listening, just send me a secret email. It doesn't even have to be a public announcement. But I keep getting emails about Play Expo Blackpool, which is happening next weekend this year rather than in July, which is why we're not going to that, because who wants to go to Blackpool in February when everything's closed?
Not
and
me.
You have to stay in the expo all weekend. They're wise to us.
I bet you want to go for the ice cream that Pab got us.
I bet that's not open in February.
No, I bet.
Probably not.
But then every time I send them, I reply and say, yeah, I'm not coming to this because it's in February, but are you still doing the Manchester one in October? Plus, I've emailed the people who normally sort us out with the press passes. I'm not getting any replies from anyone. I think the whole company's shut down. But we've gone to Play Expo Manchester every year MGP has existed. Every year I've known Anna.
Yeah.
We can't not go. I'm just going to turn up to Event City in the second week of October regardless. I want to see if they finish putting the trams in.
Be a gardening show or something like that. We'll go to that.
That's fine. We'll go, yeah. I mean, we spend maybe 2 hours in the expo over the weekend anyway. So it isn't going to be a vastly different weekend if we just turn up to the usual hotel, the usual weekend. And rather than go to the expo, just go and find a game shop in centre of Manchester and mooch around that for an hour.
And go to cinemas.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be lovely. So we might just go anyway because it's routine. And I like a routine.
And let's be honest, if we did that, we wouldn't have to stay out in the outskirts of Manchester at the Trafford Centre, realistically.
But that's our hotel.
Well, it's a good
reason
point.
We want to go is for the Trafford Centre. The Trafford Centre is the greatest place ever.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It is a good shopping centre. It's what Lakeside in my hometown should have been, but they decided to just stop paying for anything and let it fall apart.
Or was that you inviting us to stay at your house, Pab? Because we're up for that.
You don't want to come here.
Yeah, we do. We'll pitch a tent in your front garden.
There's even less down over here.
We know where you live now. We can just turn up.
We could just set up consoles in your living room and have some kind of
LAN party.
Yeah, LAN party, 4-player co-op on something, and just
I'll
do a
bring the
couple of live
plums.
shows.
Perhaps we should just, in all seriousness, if there's no Play Expo in Event City that weekend, bring back MGPX that weekend, do it in Manchester. Boom. An excuse to be there. We couldn't do a worse job than they. I hope you've stopped listening now, Play Expo people. We couldn't do a worse job than they've done every year. We just need a car boot sale, a terrible escape room that's not the main event, an actual escape room within the event, and a few nerds with beards and stuff. I think we could do it. I think we could take it on. Sheepdog, that's going to be your little project.
Yeah, all right. I'll you sort the venue. I'll fill the venue.
Event City.
Okay, now book it.
Oh, goodness me. I'm the ideas man here. How to book Event City,
There we go.
Manchester.
It'd be quite funny
Talk amongst yourselves while I
if you ended up accidentally booking it that weekend just before they tried to book Manchester Play Expo.
I won't be accidentally booking it. I'm on here booking it now.
Well, no, they're probably on there booking it themselves right now.
Right. Services. You lot chat about video games while I sort this out.
I completed a game last week and I didn't get to speak about it. I was very disappointed.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to call it a game. It is a game, but I completed Civilization for the first time ever.
Okay.
Civilization
That's a
6,
game.
is it? Yeah, it's a game, but it's not like I sat and played a story. Now, if they're listening, I really wish they'd put more effort into the ending of these games, because I suddenly realised when I was it was over a week's worth of gaming into this like basic domination battle that I'd never completed one of these before. Normally I get bored, run out of steam, decide that I don't know. I just, do you ever get this with games where you get a certain way through and then you just think it's not going to be any different if I put the effort through and finish it now as to if I just stop now. I seem to get that a lot in games. I just think I could waste another 5 or 6 hours on this, but meh. So for once I persevered, and it basically just went, oh, you've succeeded. I think it was Sean Bean said something about my empire lasting 1,000,000 years or whatever, and then my laptop crashed. And so just it shows you where you rank against like Alexander the Great or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then when I clicked to show more stats, the laptop crashed. I loaded it back up. Destroyed the last city again, tried to check the stats, the laptop crashed, and I thought, oh, okay. Really? So I just basically played for, a week straight. I can't even think how many hours I must have put into this. I mean, the journey was fun, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoyed just wiping out all these different races, but I don't know, maybe I had it on like a medium setting, and it seemed like once I destroyed the British, who were just outfoxing me by... Just to get them onto their last legs, they'd send a settler off on a run to start a new city, and I'd have to destroy that. And so they prolonged their demise for quite some time. But all the other ones just seemed to be a matter of me just steamrolling through them once I'd built up enough of a force to take out one. So I don't know. It just seemed a little bit like I don't know where these games really have any more depth to them. I could make it harder, but then it's just going to make it longer. It's not going to make it more difficult to destroy them. I'm just going to have to build more stuff. It's a bit of an odd one. I think I've broken Civilization for myself. It'd be like a Football Manager having an ending where it would just go, oh, well done, Kev. You won the Champions League. Come back next year. I don't know. All you can really do from there on is go back and repeat the same, which I suppose is the same in any game, isn't it?
Isn't that the thing with that game? That the games are never really the same. It's quite a unique play experience.
Well, that's what I was sort of expecting, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, FTL, when I play that, it's different every time. The story is different every time. But this isn't like I don't know, when you used to play, I used to love playing the old Red Alert games and things like that, and I'd do a massive epic skirmish on that, and I'd feel like a real sense of achievement at the end because I'd had a hard-fought battle, whereas these battles just seem to be me grinding through it, thinking it's not really fun. It just seems like a job. I just want to complete it to see what happens when I complete it. I mean, it has made me nervous that FTL's ending might be terrible. I've never seen the ending to that. I don't know if I mentioned it on the show, but you have to beat the last boss 3 times, and I beat it once and nearly twice the other week again. So I don't know if I've just got better at games all of a sudden. Like
Maybe.
Something's just clicked in my head and suddenly I'm starting to make better decisions. But I completed that. I got so close to completing FTL, it was ridiculous. I was so upset to find that, because I didn't know you had to beat the boss 3 times. When I beat it, I basically was ready to just walk away with my hands in the air cheering, and then realised I had to go and have a couple of rounds of it.
Like, have you tried any of the DLC for it? Because I know that gives you new scenarios and civilizations and stuff, so that could change it up for you if you're looking to change it a bit.
Well, I have got some of the DLC, but I saw it's the Australian DLC, and I'm thinking, what on earth is that? Like, the Australians don't have an empire.
I don't know. Maybe they do in this version. I really don't know. That's not my type of game, but I know there's a lot of DLC for it, and there's a new one coming out, I think, soon.
Yeah,
quite soon for it. So, and I don't know.
All it seems to do is give you a couple of extra buildings or features that you can build.
Right. Okay. So I know some were some new civilizations, but like I said, I don't know the extent of what they are and what they do and what. But I mean, surely that'll give you something to work towards, because there's a lot of civilizations. I mean, do you just pick the same civilization every time?
No, I usually mix it up. I was Russia this time. I'm never Gandhi.
No?
Me and him have beef. We don't get on. But no, the Australian one just looks like you get a bunch of blokes with those cork hats on and
boomerangs.
Yeah, pretty much. Shotguns. They're just wandering around in a desert with a wooden fence around them. Man, the game looks better on the Steam pictures than it does on my MacBook. I need to win the lottery or something and buy a supercomputer, because I ain't getting a game that looks like that when I play it. I think I'm playing games in sort of early 2000 graphics.
It came out on iPad relatively recently, didn't it? Civ 6.
What? Did it?
Yeah, but it's full price game.
Someone was saying that the XCOM has been revamped on there. It used to be bad to play XCOM on there, but they've fixed it. I was hoping XCOM 2 would be on there, but I think that's probably too extreme at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it'll never happen, but I mean, right now it isn't happening. So. Oh,
did you see what has come out? Is coming out next week on iOS and I think Android. They're doing the full Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yes, the anime version.
Yeah, they've sort of remastered it into cartoons, but this is like
it's the full game.
Yeah. So on my Xbox, it was something ridiculous like, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 gig. And they've just basically remasked it with a JPEG. Yeah. And, just gone, yep, it works. It makes me...
£20 for it, though.
Yeah, it makes me realise how... Because when they developed that game, they got so far and then they trashed it and sacked everyone and got somebody else to take what was there and turn it into whatever he could make, and that's what he made. And I felt when I played it on the Xbox, I was like, okay, he's done a good job of hiding the fact that you can't really travel off around the world and gallivant a bit. He's done a good job of tying that all in and making it feel epic. But knowing that they've managed to just squeeze it all into an iOS app now, I think it's less than a gig in size. I was looking at it.
Really?
790 meg.
Insane.
That to me shows how limited the game is. Really,
is that going to be just the installer sort of thing though, and then it's going to start once you boot the game up and go, oh, it's another 15 gig.
Maybe. Part of me hopes so. Part of me obviously hopes not, because I wouldn't want to. But I looked at it and just thought, are you kidding me? It's not even a gig in size. That shows how small this game is comparatively. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's making me think I might go back and try and do some of the bits on that, some of the DLCs and whatnot. Yeah. But I do hope they don't go for the next one to be that kind of streamlined. I want the next one to be kind of like the old ones were epic and you could kind of sink a lot of life into them. But yeah, I was intrigued to see that. Yeah, I'll be able to get it on iPad if I wanted to. I don't know if I will. I said to get my wife into it maybe, but then she's only got a Kindle, so she can't play it on that. No. Did you ever complete Final Fantasy 15, Anna?
No.
Would you get it on iOS?
No.
Yeah. Play it on
That's
your
with
phone?
the boys, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
You can play it on the bus to uni every day.
No. No.
Not quite sure what you're getting at, Anna. I'm not sure what your answer is.
I just didn't like it at all. It was not. It's not the Final Fantasy I know and love.
No.
It just didn't work for me.
No, that's essentially what I was just saying as well. Although I liked it, but yeah. I'm trying to think what else I played now. There was other stuff. If it pops in my head, I'll let you know. I imagine you've played millions of games, have you, Anna? You're playing one now?
I'm always playing something at night time, but not intentionally. Not as much as I
Not
thought.
intentionally.
Not intentionally. What I mean is, like, I haven't got other stuff to be doing, like unique work that would come in the next couple of weeks, I guess. So I'm just chilling out. And I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to. So, yeah. I know.
Getting old.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure I will. It's just there's not a lot that really excites. Like I want to go and play. I'll see something like, oh, I'll play that because everyone else is, but nothing's like, oh yeah, I want to get my teeth into that. It's just kind of gone a bit blech.
I even offered to buy her a Switch this morning, and she said no.
No, you didn't. You said no, we can't. So I just thought, what's the point? You're never going to get me one. What's the point of asking all the time?
You should just sell something he's bought for his shows and that. Just sell one of his cameras while he's not looking, and he'll never notice.
I could probably find the GoPro and stuff. I never used it. That would have bought 2 Switches.
Yeah.
You've probably got a few camera stands as well.
Tripods,
that's the word.
Technical.
So they're not bipods, they've got a third leg.
You said camera stands. They've got a name.
Sell like 3 of them and you'll probably...
Then I'd have nothing to put my cameras on.
You'd have about 9 more.
I've
You've
only
always
got
got a
about
new
5. I use 2
You don't
every
need
day,
5. Though.
and a third one that comes around the house, plus the little handheld. Okay, I've got at least 6, but I use them all regularly.
No, you don't.
I do.
Do you not charge him for appearing in his videos at all?
No, because apparently because I'm here, I'm allowing myself to be filmed. So
Exactly.
I think you should start charging him image rights. If he says your name, that should be a tenner.
Well, on that basis, I'll have to charge her for all of the bills in the house. To balance it out. There'll be a similar amount.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not here half the week.
It doesn't matter. I'll only charge you half price then. I think.
Kev, take this woman to Manchester. I can feel it unravelling already.
So, did you actually say you've played anything, Anna, or were you?
I have played a few bits.
Do you want to enlighten us as to what those bits are?
Well, like 2 weeks ago, I was like really bored, really bored. So I bought Lucky's Tale on the Xbox.
Yeah,
terrible nonsense.
It is terrible nonsense.
Is it?
I told you that.
Oh my! It's not right. So when we played it at EGX, I liked it. I play it now, still like it. But oh my gosh! So like going around because you've got worlds, it's a bit like I don't know, something where you've got different worlds, like Crash Bandicoot, where you will have different worlds. So in the worlds, you've got levels, and you go through the portal. And oh my god, are these levels sometimes like really difficult?
Really?
Oh yeah, really like you want to throw the controller. The amount of times I've like fell down something, and it's like it's so simple, but oh my gosh, they get really like progressively hard, and it's not like it's just like the first level is fine, and then it's a massive spike of difficulty. And now I don't know whether it's because I'm old and I'm not twitchy as much as I used to be, But oh my god, some of these things have done my head in. So, but it's there if I was going to have like 5 minutes on something. I don't understand why you collect coins. There's no purpose to coins
Because
whatsoever.
it's a platform game.
It sounds like you're describing Mario. That like there's portals, there's worlds, there's outfits, there's coins. Yeah.
But in Mario games, sometimes when you can use the coins for stuff. I can't remember if that's right.
No.
But it just seems to be like no logical. Like why coins? Why couldn't it be? I don't know what the nuts. Squirrels like nuts. I think
Isn't he a fox?
Squirrel. A fox? What a fox like? Chickens
Rabbits
or eggs? Or yeah, it just seems weird to put coins, but they have no value whatsoever. So I don't see the point of collecting them. I guess it's just showing you a way to go, and then you have to go and collect clover leaves, I believe, to unlock more portals to open them to get through to go and beat some kind of cat. I believe. Yeah, it's very strange. But it was only like 15 quid over Christmas. And I thought, you know what, I'll just buy it. It's something to play. So I played that. Then, what else I played? I put Fortnite on for about 20 minutes. And then I turned that back off because I just can't be doing with PvP.
Are you playing the Battle Royale mode or are you
Yeah.
playing actual Fortnite?
I've got both. So I played the Fortnite actual like game for quite a lot.
The horde mode thing, yeah.
Over when it came out because I bought the Founders Pack, but then I thought, oh, everyone's doing Battle Royale, but Battle Royale, I'll go and have a look. Yeah, I landed on a house, I smashed the roof in, found a gun and hid in a corner, and I got to the last 9.
Yeah.
That's all I did. I didn't go running. And then I played the second game and I went running about, and it's terrifying. It really is terrifying. I hate these. So I turned that off, and then hold on, what's over there? I played a bit of Fallout on Xbox. Nothing to really say about that. Just it was there. And then I bought. Did I talk about Elex or Elix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go back to that, so I sold it. No, I turned it on, and I was just like, I couldn't understand that it was giving me missions, but I couldn't do the missions because I didn't have the weapons. So I thought, fine, I'll go and venture out of this town and see what's out there. And it was all right. I could kill what was around me, but it was just boring. It was just like very sparse, not a lot to do. And when they did, it was like, okay, that's over. And it's just, I couldn't bother with it. So I sold it and sold a few other games. I got Monster Hunter World online.
Go on, tell me what you think.
Right, it's very pretty.
Hang on, before we start, what setting did you put it on?
What, the HDR?
Yeah, no, when it loads up, it goes, do you want to prioritize resolution, frame rate, or graphics?
I think I went with resolution.
Yeah, that's what I did at first.
And then it was like brightness and colour. I thought, okay, I've got to put colour on 10 and brightness on 1. Because if I do it anymore, it just looks... So I put it on that at the moment. So the game is nice. The character, the models are nice.
Hold on 1 second. You're playing this on a PlayStation Pro.
Yeah.
The console it was made for. The most powerful console you can play it on.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it just optimize itself? Why do you have to pick?
Because you can pick what you want.
You can pick if you want a better resolution. You can do. You can have it into 4K if you want, but you can drop it down to 1080 and have a better frame rate if you want to.
Why can't it just have a good frame rate in 4K?
It does do. It has 30 frame rate on 4K, but if you want 60, which
People
some people do,
people live their life.
You drop it down to 1080.
Yeah.
How long did you spend creating your character?
About an hour.
Yeah, me too.
and then I got a cat, and that took about another half an hour.
Yep.
There's lots of different things.
Your little rabbit dog.
You had to design the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like all the sliders and the
colours and patterns and
outfits.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's excellent. So I like the armor building, the way you can change your armor. I like the weapons; they handle very well most of the time.
What did you go with?
I first started with dual blades.
Okay.
So they're like fast, close range. And I didn't find that bad, but I wanted to experiment. So then I went with not the slow gun, like the fast gun.
Right. Okay.
So there's two guns. There's a
range.
heavy one. Yeah. So I went with range for a bit. That was all right, but the reloading was slow. I even had like a buff to reload faster, and it just felt a bit slower. Though you could move about quite a lot. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. Then today I put on a lance with the little bugs that are attached to them, which I find quite fun. So the bugs that you collect around the world have certain different like powers or buffs or whatever. So you've got like electrical and fire. I think one of them and poison, and like you can send out that bug to interfere with the dragon or monster, and it will give that a status that you can go and that will help you against it. And then there's also bugs that you can have for yourself, and at the moment I've got one that comes and heals me if I need healing, because I forget to heal a lot. It's like because I'm in the middle of a battle, I don't think about what's happening to my health until this big green thing is over me trying to be burst by the cat, which is quite fun. But I do find that it's very samey every time. Like you go out, you pick your weapon. So you're in your town. You go and pick your weapons or upgrade your weapons and your armor. You go for a meal, and then you go out, and then you have to track it, and then you have to kill it, and that's it. That's all I found at the moment, and I just find like there is like side stuff that you can do while you're doing that, like collecting certain stuff for the foraging people, and they like want like 5 mushrooms and some ore and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'll do that. But I just find it a bit samey. The 50-minute time limits are just enough time. There has been one where I got to like 43 minutes. I cut it close on that one because it was really hard. Like, they do get progressively harder, but that's what it is. It's Monster Hunter, it's going to get hard. So I'll still play it. Like today I went on the online side, so I helped people. Yeah. And when it's 4 people, it's actually quite fun.
Yes.
When you're on your own, it's not so much fun. It's just like hit, Dyke runs away, go and find it, hit. It's very boring. But then when I was playing with these randoms, it was fun. And I just went and did what I did. And it was over within 10 minutes instead of spending like 43 minutes doing the same thing, just trying to wear it down. I was like, for sake. Yeah. So that's like it's nice and it's good, but it is a bit samey after a while. So I don't play it for a long period of time. I can't just go and do the same thing the same way every time. Just like because like the guns had different kinds of ammo, but you have to craft that ammo as well. And when when you like run out and you just standard, you're like, oh god, what am I going to do? And you can't just stand there and make ammo because that monster's doesn't care if you've got no ammo. So it's all right.
I had issue with there was one mission where you have to trap a monster.
And
I inadvertently put the traps down and you can't pick them back up again.
Oh, can you not? I've not done that yet.
You have to destroy them. And then that becomes the point of, I don't have any traps now.
Yeah.
And I can't do the mission without these traps. It's like, you can craft them by going finding this thunderbug. I'm like, okay, thunderbugs, where are they? Another 20 minutes looking around for that.
Yeah.
And then realise, so I make one. Like, great, I've got one. I trap it. Oh, it breaks free. You need another one.
Oh gosh.
Brilliant. I haven't got any trap casings anymore. So I haven't got any trap casings, and I can't back. You get them at the start of the mission.
Yeah.
You don't get them anywhere else. You don't find them. You can't craft them. So I was like, right, you can't do anything. You have to let the clock run down, or just quit the mission. I was like, that took me 3 goals to do that single mission.
Really?
Yeah, because I kept inadvertently killing it because
Yeah.
When you do it at first, it goes, oh, he's limping. Put the trap down. So you go, okay, so it's telling you what to do. Oh, now use the trank bombs. Okay, you're like, okay, so it's telling you what to do. Second time, it doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't tell you anything. Once you get on with it, and you're going, okay, I can't see if it's limping or not. I'm just going to keep wailing on it. Oh no, you killed it. Mission failed. Oh, right, okay. It's all about you've got to watch the tells on the animals. You've got to keep an eye on them for what they're doing and what. If you see them limping off and trying to run away, I've also noticed now if you look on the mini map and you see them running away in the distance, they've got like a skull icon on it. It means they're near death and they're trying to run back.
Oh, is that what that means? I've seen it, and
the near death, I think, is what's happening. So they're running away and trying to get back to the heal
their den.
themselves.
Yeah.
Heal themselves up.
Okay, because I saw it, I was like, "What the hell does that mean?" Like, I didn't know, but it's there for now. It's not a game that you sit down and play. Well, it's not a game I would sit down and play for hours because I don't like saving.
I've been trying to push for that Horizon Zero Dawn stuff.
Yeah, it like every time I go on, it goes, "You've got rewards," and then I go on, and that's in the day reward things. But I was in the second area that you can get to, and I found one of them the cat things. I found another one of them cat things, and he followed me, and he had Horizon Zero Dawn outfit on. I was like, oh, hello. Yeah, that's nice and cute.
Well, you've
that was
got
weird.
Until the 8th, and I think you got them until the 7th or the 8th until that stuff goes.
I think I'm level 4.
Yeah, it's insane.
So,
I'm pushing really hard to get to it, but it's like I'm taking forever to get to it.
Yeah.
That's just for the Palico gear, so it'll give you like the cat. There'll be other missions in the future coming out with. I imagine there'll be a Horizon outfit for your character as well at some point.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
That would look really good.
That's the only reason I got it on PlayStation.
It was full price when I went and bought it, so I can't see it going down much at the moment. Consoles before, has it proper consoles? Has it?
No, not particularly.
It
might have been in Japan, but I don't think they've all been released over here. I think the PlayStation 2. I think they were on.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's all. I mean, I've not played it with anyone yet, but I know people who are getting it or have got it and I've not had a chance to play it with. So. I've got 10 minutes left. Like, oh god, here we go. You can rattle them off where you got like 2 or 3 of you just pinning him in, just so.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake, Anna, of going for an advanced weapon straight away.
What's an advanced weapon?
Well, an advanced weapon in it's not just a hack and slash.
Oh, okay.
It's not the dual blades. It's not the sword and shield.
Yeah.
With the proto commission axe.
Yeah, of course you did.
Which is like the big sword and big shield.
Right. Yep.
It charges up, and once it's charged up, you can connect the two together, and it becomes a giant axe.
I've seen.
First a bit of it, I'm just about getting the hang of it now, but my lord, I'm getting frustrated with it.
That's the good thing. You can just go and change.
Yeah.
And when, say you're with a weapon and you upgrade, that's very good that you can do that. Because you do when you go out, you do collect these from the monsters, and then you go and use them to make or upgrade weapons, and you're because they're so hard to get, so that you can get them back, because they are hard monsters. They're not a quick go and smack them for 5 minutes. They're proper 40 minutes of hitting something. So
I mean, my mission that I've got queued up now is to go and kill one of them giant T-Rex things.
Oh god, they scare me to death.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed this, Anna. You're going around trying to kill these monsters.
Yeah.
And there's always a bigger one that's got to get involved and all, isn't it? Every time he's like, "Well, there's a fight going on.
Yeah.
What's going on then?" And he's not interested in the monster you're trying to kill. He's straight after you, the little tiny person on the floor, hacking and slashing at the big monster that's next to it. Just insisting, "Oh, hang on a minute, there's a little human down there. I'm going to beat the hell out of." Every time, I'm like, why do you come after me? Just let me get on with my job.
Yeah.
Slay this monster over here. I'll come for you next time.
I was going to say, first they come for the monsters. That's what he's thinking.
It's insane. It's insane. I'm like, every
It
time.
is. Yeah.
Ever like, and just chasing these monsters there and go, it's like you beat them down to a certain amount and they go, right, I'm out, I'm scarpering.
Yeah.
And you like, oh, here we go. Put your weapons away. On a jog we go. Off we go. Following them around. Then big old Raffian turns up and goes, hello, fight going on here. Let's have some of this, shall we?
He looked like a T-Rex came after me. I was like, this is my first mission. Leave me alone, please. Oh, and that was it. I was fishing. I found the fishing man. I was like, oh, I love fishing.
Yeah.
I could going like Graham's Fallout when you put your menu or you talk to someone, everything behind it stops. Oh no, this doesn't stop. So I could see it. They're trying to bite me, and I was just like, go away. And so I just kept talking to them. I was like, go away, leave me alone. But yeah, fishing. I love fishing.
I've not got to the fishing yet. I've seen
it's in the first area.
I've seen him, but you don't have to get a rod or something, or
no, your rod. You know that little where your potion and stuff is.
Yeah.
If you just go left or right on that little menu, there.
Oh.
You
See,
got a rod.
I saw him there, and I thought, oh, I must have to go and get a rod from somewhere. So I just
No, you've already got one.
So it's a good fishing mini game, is it?
Yeah, well, it's just basically you put you throw your thing, wait for it to pop under, and then pull it back in, and then you get fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did just describe fishing.
Yeah, but some games like within is it Stardew Valley? That fishing game, it's annoying. I still can't work that out. I hate that fishing game.
The only game I've ever enjoyed the fishing on was Breath of Fire 3. I find it clunky on most other games, really.
I don't know. I've never played that game. I just throw it out.
I think you probably like it. It's an old school RPG.
I'm playing an RPG at the moment. It's not old. For when it came out, I think it was like 2016. No, when did the PlayStation come out? 2014.
Something like that. Because when I was talking to Sony earlier, I realised PS4 is quite old now.
PS4 was 2013, end of 2013, I think.
Yeah, so this game came out like a couple of months after it. I can remember getting this game for review and thought it was awful. It's called Bound by Flame. I'm playing it, I don't know why. But I don't know, I was potting around. It just popped into my head. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that game. It was alright, I think. Let's go back to it. Account, which I seem to have +4, but I don't understand why. Maybe it's for all accounts now. So I'm just playing that at the moment. It's like I can't work out. It's like it looks a bit. The art style is a bit like Borderlands, where you've got like the hard outlines. It's just, I don't know, an RPG with a fire gremlin of some sort. I don't know.
I can remember it.
Yeah, I was listening to you lot. It's something about ice demons, and now I've been invoked by a goblin.
I've got a question I should really know the answer to about the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
So I've just had a quick look about Breath of Fire, and it says it's on the PlayStation Network for PS3. Does that mean I can... No, I just can't download it and play it on my PS4.
No, it would say it would be on PS4 as like a PS4.
Well, I can't see that it says it is or isn't.
If it's in the is it Link Play or Play Link? No, not Play Link. The other thing like Xbox Live have, where you got the gamepad.
Yeah,
they've got one of them kind of things. Pardon?
Is it like share play or something like that on
No,
PlayStation?
it's not share. Hold on. I'm on the thing now. Let me look what it's called. If it goes in.
Here, I found it. It's out on Vita and PSP. Oh, I might get it on my Vita.
Oh, you can get it on your Vita. Oh god. PlayStation Now. If it's on there, like so, you pay. Wow, it's really expensive. Again. It's like you get a free trial. It's $12.99, but it stream 100 PS4, PS3 games to your PS4, PC. So if it was on there, you could potentially pay it that way.
Yeah.
They really need to put that down for $12.99 a month. That's so expensive compared to the Xbox One. Because the Xbox One is like $7.99 a month. Like,
really?
Yeah, and
they're
this
gonna,
one.
They're gonna have all the new games on it, aren't they?
Yeah, they're gonna have that.
Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, and State of Decay 2.
I like State of Decay.
They'll be on there day one.
Yeah, but you don't have to go and buy it that way. You can still go and buy it from a shop,
you can
which
buy
I'll probably do.
You can buy the actual game itself.
Yeah.
But it's a good incentive to use that Game Pass thing. Very much.
Yeah, but why would you want to play old games when you've got new games? Doesn't make sense.
A lot of people like playing. Hang on, you're playing an old game now.
Not Xbox, PlayStation 3 era. You know what I mean? I'm not going that back.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it'll be good to see if it works. But then isn't it gonna like say to people? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
They're trying to get people to subscribe to the service rather than buy their games. They Netflix of games. From their point of view, if you're spending £10 a month, whatever it is, subscribing to their game service, and you just do it because that's how much it costs, that's better than the majority of gamers who weren't going to go out and buy those 3 games brand new from them. They might get them a little bit later. They might only get 1 or 2 of the 3. They might get them pre-owned. So this way, the gamer feels like they're getting better value, and Microsoft earn more money, and subscriptions are where it's at. If you're a business, you want subscriptions. You don't want one-off purchases. It's very clever.
But that's going to hurt the high street, isn't it?
Why do they don't care about the high street?
Yeah, but they want them to sell their consoles.
They don't care. Amazon sell their consoles. Tesco sell their consoles.
No, that's true.
They couldn't give 2 hoots about the high street, and about time too.
2 flying corns.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that shirt the other day. I should wear that a bit more often.
That was a bizarre shirt.
Oh, you said it.
Yeah.
You were immortalised in shirt form.
I don't know why I said that. But looking at my thing, I haven't really played anything else. Just
that's just sloppy. Sloppy.
It's not that. I've just been a bit blah. Can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Got uni and all that, but it's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, the game's out for a certain number of weeks, so yeah, they'll be there in May when I've finished and don't have to go back to October.
See, that's why they want you subscribing to their service.
October, geez, that's mental. That's like May, June, July, August, September. I have 5 months off. Wow. I'm going to be gaming like then. Just got to get these 12 weeks out the way, and then I'll be fine for 5 months doing nothing. Or I might get a job, but we'll see.
A job?
I get bored at home sometimes.
Why don't you become a fisherwoman? You like fishing?
In games, I like fishing. I don't want cold, boring wetness. Like
put that media course to use and do some editing for me for a few months.
No, because everything. All you say is that's wrong. That's wrong. That's why I don't do anything. Because all I get is that's wrong.
Yeah, but this is one of those rare occasions where you actually know better than me. So you can
apparently
tell me
I'm still wrong.
But I don't know how to edit. I make it all up as I go along. That's why they're sometimes a bit ropey.
I thought you were going to say racist then. That's why they're a bit racist sometimes. That's why we had that week off, wasn't it?
Oh, God, no, he was actually dying. It was quite funny to watch.
Oh, you acknowledge that now?
It was so funny.
No sympathy at the time.
I thought your kidneys had gone again.
It was just funny.
I've not been that poorly. For just like normal poorliness. I don't think I've ever been that poorly before. It was horrible.
I genuinely thought your kidneys were back on the problem, and I was like, "Oh, mate, he's going to be on drugs for the next 6 months." And you were properly loopy when that happened before.
There were some strong drugs. Strong combinations of strong drugs as well.
I'm trying to think what era it was in, because there was a point where you just randomly messaged me going, "Did I don't think it was. It can't have been the poker era, but let's just say it was." And you basically just texted me going, "Did I make a career out of poker for 6 months back there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you did." And you're like, I don't remember any of it, but I can't remember what it was you did. Maybe you'll remember at some point, but you were kind of confused about it. I reckon you'll do that one day. You'll wake up and be like, "Did I have a YouTube series, a YouTube channel? Did I give up teaching?"
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that now.
His brain will just click.
Yeah.
I burnt all my bridges with teaching with today's vlog. It's fine. I can't go back now.
What did you do?
Basically called all teachers out as corrupt scumbags. Not in so many words, but more words than that.
Yeah, but they're stupid enough that you can say, "I didn't mean you," to any that actually talk to you.
Just, the whole system corrupt. I've not played any games, obviously, because I'm a busy man. I don't have time for children's toys.
That's all you've been playing with on your videos.
Yeah.
There's not been that much on TV, has there? I only watched the usual Supergirl stuff and Flash and that, but it's the same complaints. They're kind of weird soap operas at times. They're also Flash is awesome again. The Thinker is the villain. I'm not really familiar with the Thinker, but he's very clever. And
really,
if you'd have said to me, "Do you think they're capable of writing a story about a clever villain?" I would have said no. But they seem to have pulled this off quite well. It's just that's back on form. Supergirl's gone a bit ropey, and Arrow's kind of just found its level now. I haven't watched Black Lightning yet. I think I said before. I don't know if I did say I want to avoid it until it's finished for season 1, but it's on Netflix apparently. So
yeah, it's on Netflix.
That's going to make it hard to just ignore it.
On there right now, or they were.
Did you see it at all, or have you just watched it?
I saw it and I thought, is this a real superhero program, or is it one made up? And I was like, oh no, it is one. But I was like, I don't need this right now.
Part of me thinks I might just wait completely until they say it's part of the Arrowverse, because they've said it pretty much will be. They're not ruling out crossovers and stuff. It would just be another Earth, like Supergirl is.
Well, then why is it on Netflix?
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? In America, it's on CW. That's why Legends of Tomorrow isn't on at the moment. They're just running Supergirl for 8 weeks, then Legends of Tomorrow for 8 weeks, and back and forth. Okay. I don't get that. It's like, why would you make a program and then move another program? And I don't know. Maybe they don't want to cancel it, but don't think it's good enough on its own, and they think this might be better. But it doesn't look great. I don't know. The adverts just make it look like he's a bloke who retired because his family were at risk, and now his family are at risk, so he's coming back from retirement. It's like, it doesn't make much sense, does it?
Silly bear. Anna, we saw a motion picture.
We did. We went out.
We went to the cinema.
Yeah. I'd never heard of this film you saw.
I don't remember what it was called now. It's basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Downsizing.
I thought it was about people moving from a 4-bed to a 3-bed, and it was just like a situational comedy.
It's pretty much that. It basically confirmed that I don't know what constitutes a good film, because I came out of it saying the basic gist of it is to help to fix overpopulation. They shrink people down to 1/12 of their size, and they go and live in these little places. And because they don't eat as much food or take up as much space, they can sell their house and basically live off the money they had from having a normal job before and live like millionaires, but in a toy town, basically. And I came out of it. It was a long film, saying to Anna, First hour of that was a bit slow. It was just lots of sitting around and talking about the ethics of it. And then it got good when they brought in a character with a funny voice and it all went a bit mental. And I loved all that. And then I came out of it and read the reviews. And apparently the first hour is a masterpiece and then it goes off the rails. And I just don't understand. I was struggling to stay awake in the first hour. It was so boring. But then they went on adventures and had funny japes and it was fun. So I'm no longer allowed to critique movies because they're wrong.
I did a similar. I'm not even going to say what show or what it was because it's one of these things where I hadn't really thought it through. But I was watching a program and went on Twitter yesterday to say it was literally like I don't normally watch it. My wife was watching it and it was on, and I was in the room, but I ended up following it, and it wasn't EastEnders, and it was just the worst writing ever, and it was just so bad throughout. So I said on Twitter, "Oh, that episode of so-and-so was absolutely diabolical. What a joke." Started laying into it, and then saw somebody else tweeting about how it was like the most amazing hour of television ever and that, deserves awards. And I'm sat there baffled thinking, why on earth?
What was it called?
I don't want to get into it because I know. Well, I deleted my comments in the end because I thought it's one of those arguments you can't really have. And I'll say why off the air, but
what channel?
I'm not saying. I don't even know because I wasn't watching when Claire put the channel on. But if anyone saw me ranting on Twitter before I deleted all the tweets, then they'll know. But it's one of those where I guess for the people that some of the characters portrayed would be people in a similar position would empathize with them, I guess. And I kind of thought, it doesn't mean the writing should have been so terrible. The writing was just terrible. But I get why people are happy that people were being represented on television. So I just basically left it there. But it made me feel mega awkward because I was like, well, how have I sat through that and thought, oh my God, what a terribly written piece of trash. And then it's like, I've never been that far wide of the mark before. Like, I thought there'd at least be some people going, well, yeah, I'm glad they represented certain people, but it was still terrible. But no, it was everyone else in the world was just saying it was amazing. And I thought I actually need to shut up and delete my messages.
That's it. You stick to your guns, Sheepdog.
Yeah, my principles.
So I've watched something this week. And Kev, you'll like this.
Will I? Will I actually like it? Will the critics like it? Am I going to have an argument with someone?
No. I watched the Royal Rumble.
Ah, good work, young man. So you did like it because it was the best Royal Rumble for about 20 years.
It was all right. It was all right.
20, Pab, it depends how long you've been away. If you've had to sit through the last 5, this was good.
I've not watched it in a while. I've not watched wrestling in a while. But I keep up to date with it sort of things through via Twitter and you and whatnot. But I don't know. Royal Rumble, I've come to realise, is just a way to trot out all the old people.
Yeah.
Once a year. And it's kind of like a showpiece, isn't it?
It is. It's the most fun pay-per-view they do.
It's all right.
It's just fun. Right. You need to watch your tongue, young man, or I'm going to come.
I didn't.
Remember, I know where you live.
Like I say, I'm back in.
Use more positive language then.
All right. I enjoyed. I pretty much watched all of it. I watched most of it, I think.
Roaring review. I pretty much watched most of it.
I pretty much because I skipped through like the Usos match because I was like, oh, yeah.
I slept through that.
Yeah, I don't need to see that one.
That was my little.
I thought you said you were awake.
Right. Okay. So here's a question for you.
Go on.
Why was Kane in that triple threat match? What's going on there? I thought he was running for like a commissioner or a mayor or something.
Basically, the short version is that match was originally supposed to be something else. It was supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. They decided Finn Balor wasn't up to the task and wouldn't be a realistic opponent for Brock Lesnar because he's half his size. Yeah, so the only other credible opponent they had was Braun Strowman, but they're building Braun Strowman up for a big collision with him at some point and couldn't have Strowman lose, but they also couldn't have Brock Lesnar lose because he's got to lose to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Therefore, they needed someone who would be a credible threat in the match but could come in and take the defeat and it wouldn't be an issue. They found Kane skulking around the car park. And thought, he's the man. He's a big lad. He can lose. That's fine.
I was like, why is Kane this? Because that Strowman fella, I was like, he's just wrecking shop here.
He's
He
the
is
best
to
thing that's
tear
happened
things
to
up.
wrestling in years, but you couldn't have him lose.
No,
It
suppose not.
takes the awesome off of him. But you
That's
also
it,
couldn't have Lesnar
yeah.
lose. So they had to have a third party who could take the defeat. And
Yeah.
Kane was the only one who was knocking around with nothing else to do. He was then beaten within an inch of his life on Raw the next day and can now go off and fight his mayoral election because he's injured and can't be on TV.
Really? Right, there you go. So,
What a complicated web.
It's insane.
That's why I love it. It's like comic books. This is what I tell people. If you're into comic books and you give wrestling a chance, it is as ridiculous and over the top and complicated as comic books are. It's so much fun.
For me, it's more like a soap opera.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid it because I think I would get into it, but I don't want to spend time sat watching wrestling. I just can't bring myself to it.
Yeah. I've only watched about 18 hours of it in the last week.
Yeah, I've watched the 4. Was it 4?
Well, did you not watch the pre-show? Goodness me.
Heck.
2-hour pre-show.
It was on the pre-show.
Don't know, can't remember. Cruiserweights.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. It was all right. I like the rumbles are the best bit, but the women's rumble, it was a bit wooden at times. I've never noticed this before. When I've watched rumbles in the past, I've never noticed that everyone in the ring stops, and when the clock's getting to 2, everyone turns around and goes, "Hang on a minute, I'm going to stop punching you in the face." Who's coming down this ramp? I never noticed that before. Everything suddenly comes to a halt in the ring because you don't want to miss anything, do you?
No. The problem with the women's one, the reason is because they've got their big women's revolution on, where women's wrestling's actually good now for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Problem is, there's only 6 of them who are actually good. So they had to fill the match with another 24 who were just typical swimsuit models who can't wrestle. They brought them all in earlier in the day to teach them how to fall over the top rope, and one of them broke her bum bone and had to go to hospital because she didn't know how to fall off of a ring.
I noticed a lot of older generation turning up.
Yeah, it was like a bunch of mums having a scrap in a car park.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, why is this happening? Why are you bringing these? But everyone
because they've only got 6 wrestlers and they had to go Royal Rumble.
One of them ran in one side of the ring, got toppled out the other side. You're like, all right, there you go. You got your running. Off you go. Well done. Right, fine. It was all right. It was awesome. It got me back into like the storyline, so to speak.
Hey! So expect a new weekly wrestling segment on the podcast.
The Raw and SmackDowns aren't on the network.
No, they're on a month delay. You have to watch them on the telly.
And they're not even on the catch-up.
You can watch them on YouTube, though. YouTube's the place.
Good point.
All the important parts are on YouTube. You don't need to watch Raw and SmackDown in full. Just watch them on YouTube the next day, and that's plenty. And you'll get it done in 10 minutes then.
That's even better.
It is, because it cuts out all the trash that's not any good.
Superb. I've watched something else you may have liked.
SmackDown?
No. No. I've watched Passengers, which
What's
you
that
watched
then?
last year.
Is that the tree on a spaceship film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you like that? I can't remember at the time.
I did a full vlog review on it, Pab. You should go back and rewatch that. I think I gave it a solid half a thumb.
Okay.
It was all right. I was as enthusiastic about that as you were about the Royal. But in my world, that means it was all right.
Yeah. I mean, I was probably about the same on it. It was all right. It was fine. I didn't get bored in it and pick my phone up or just turn it off. I
haven't looked at the reviews. It was probably a masterpiece.
It probably no, it wasn't. I don't think people meant it. No, it wasn't amazing. I don't think from the reviews I remember rightly, but it seemed all right. I liked the future aspect of it and the traveling to Mars or whatever it was. They were going to a future planet, weren't they? Anyway,
yeah,
it was good. It was all right.
Have you seen Bright on Netflix?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Will Smith or cop drama. That was all right. It got bad reviews, but I thought it was very entertaining.
There's another one coming, isn't there? Yeah,
okay.
Prequel.
Do you think, I was writing about this on my blog, I reckon, that's a theory, that they wrote this as Lord of the Rings 1,000 years later? Because the reason I think that is it's about modern times, but they talk about this old orc war, In the film, they have magic wands that people are finding and using with magic powers, but they could have easily been rings instead in the original draft. They were trying to bring about the return of the Dark One, which would have been Sauron. It just fits. So, and that would have made it a lot better, but equally, maybe they didn't get the rights. Maybe they just weren't quite happy about it. I can imagine him selling it to Will Smith as, it's the Lord of the Rings sequel that nobody asked for, and then, yeah.
Isn't this the thing though? Is this one by Max Landis?
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, it was. That was how Anna talked me into watching it.
Yeah. It's the guy who did American Alien.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah. I want to watch it, but I've not had a chance yet.
Oh, hello.
Can we
Sorry,
before we do comics, can I go sort out this baby that's crying?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sorry, I'll be back in a minute. You can talk about other stuff or have a brief intermission.
Should we talk about Sheepdog?
if you want.
He's bald, isn't he? No hair at all now.
You don't know.
If you've not seen him recently, completely hairless, not even got eyebrows anymore.
You don't see him.
Yeah, but I see the hair trail from his road when I go to Tesco, where he's just shedding every time he leaves the house.
Tell you what, I've been trying to watch. I've been trying to watch many things. I want to watch this new one that's come out today, the Altered Carbon, is it?
Oh, is that today?
Yeah, it's come out today.
Yeah, Kevin wants to watch that.
Do I? What is it? I've
Yeah,
never heard of it.
That thing on Netflix.
Explain it to me.
That guy that's been dead and then brought back to life, and they lived for ages, and now he wants to investigate.
Oh, yeah, because it looked like a similar premise to After Death.
Yeah.
A comic that I liked last year.
It's like I heard an interview today on the radio about it, and it's about your minds are put into like these microchips. You are basically put into digital form, and then you are then your mind is put into these like artificial bodies, so to speak.
This is exactly what I want for my future.
Yeah,
this is all I want. My one and only ambition is for me to live forever as a machine.
Yeah,
it's all I've ever wanted. I don't even need the body. I'll just live in the internet, and that'll be absolutely fine.
It's like microchip.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Turn me into code. Let me loose on the internet. Don't ever unplug wherever the server I'm on, and just leave me to it. I'll happily just live as a consciousness on the internet forever.
Playing digital Football Manager.
Absolutely. Still making my videos every day.
Yeah, there's worse ways to live, I suppose.
Exactly. It'll just be like the life I live now, but I wouldn't have to worry about health problems. I wouldn't have to worry about eating, sleeping, and pooing, which are all the really inconvenient things that stop me from playing more Football Manager.
Well, you don't like to eat. That's such a lie.
Well, it's inconvenient that it's something that I have to do and want to do. That's a massive inconvenience. I'd like to not have to eat, sleep, or poo. Just...
I do like eating.
Only because I like taste. If I had no taste, I wouldn't like eating. So take my body away, no taste, no need to eat. I can have some code that replicates the sensations I get from a mouthful of pulled pork, and just I could have that button on repeat all day. I've always got a mouthful of pulled pork. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, speaking of pulled pork, I had some pulled pork the other day from the supermarket. It's not the same. It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same.
If you ever want to do a stupid thing like that again, get in touch with me first and I'll tell you why you shouldn't. That's a terrible idea.
It was given to me and I was like, I'll have it.
What did you do to them?
I didn't know, did I? I didn't know it was just going to be all right. But it's just not the same as like Bodines or anything like that. It's just not the same.
Not even close.
No. But yeah. Anyway, so that's Altered Carbon.
Yeah. What a review.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't
Is it
own Marvel's
weekly?
Guardian of the Galaxy's Telltale yet.
No, I don't either. I
I
always
might
want
buy
to
it.
get it.
It's half
but
price now.
Is it actually? I wait for it to be even cheaper. Me, I'm just waiting for it. I can't
It's
bring myself.
£9.49.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to play with that broken engine anymore because it is so janky. And it's still the same engine from like The Walking Dead season 1. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's just the engine's slow. It chugs around everywhere. Even playing on a high-end PC, it just doesn't work. But like I say, I want it myself because it's supposed to be good as well. There's like at least 4 out of the 5 I think are supposed to be very good. But I don't know. It's a weird one for me. It's a weird one.
Where is Sheepdog? Where is Sheepdog?
Oh, I didn't talk about another game.
Oh, go on.
Talk about it now.
We're not recording, are we?
Yeah, I'm not stopped.
Oh,
You think I'm editing? You got another thing coming.
I bought the new the room. Is it called?
Oh yes.
Odd
iOS.
Bits or something on iOS. I love the game. Like I really do. And this one centers on a dollhouse, and like there's a whole backstory. Like I can't explain it to you. It's very weird, but they're looking for the void of some kind. I'm not quite sure what they're looking for or why, but I love the puzzle. So it's like a puzzle game, and this one is all centered on a dollhouse. And you can open the different rooms in different ways. Obviously, it's a puzzle. There's not much more I can say, but it's really good and it's worth playing. And I recommend everyone to go and play the room if you like little puzzle games, because I really like these. Like, I really like them. And I didn't even know this was like on the horizon. It just popped up on my feed the other day. Like people playing, like, what? A new one? I love these. Have you ever played them? Ab?
I've not. I might have played the first one. I know what they are though. They're like puzzle games, aren't they? With like the
puzzle boxes.
Yeah, puzzle boxes. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking of.
I liked the first one, but Anna ruined it because we had to go and buy hair dye halfway through from Boots in Breton.
What?
I was playing it on Good Friday several years ago on my old Galaxy phone. And I was getting into it and sat there enjoying my Easter break, playing the room. But then you insisted that we had to go to Boots because you had to buy some red hair dye. There's my review of the room.
Did you get some?
Wow, probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a sunny day. We went to Sainsbury's as well.
Really?
I feel like we also went to Sports Direct and got a Short Stayer t-shirt.
What? There's a Sports Direct.
Yeah, in Breton, where Boots and Sainsbury's and all them are together, and Next. I don't know why we went to that Boots, but we did that day. Probably because I was playing the room and I wanted to be confusing.
I see, but yeah, I like the room a lot. I like their games. I think this is maybe the 4th one. Can't quite.
Third, or I want to say it could be the 4th. I wanted to say 3rd though initially.
Yeah, because I think. Oh, let me look on my iOS. Because let's have a look. App Store. App Store. Where are you? There you are, with your blue background. Oh, can't load. Right. So, the room. The room. Go.
Yeah,
so there's the room Old Sins. That's what I'm playing, Old Sins. The Room 2 and Room 3. So yeah, this is
the 4th one. There you go.
I've completed all of them and I love them dearly. I was playing it on my iPad. How old's my iPad, Kevin?
About
2 years old?
No, 3 years at least.
3 years old, and it was on 80%. 2 hours later, it was on 5%, and it was so hot, like so hot. That's why I had to put it down, because the charge had gone, and it was on like it was next to burning. It was so warm, but it was worth it. I ain't finished it. I think I did the first 2 chapters, or stages as they were calling it.
Mhm.
And I'm just doing what I'm doing. I love it so much because it makes you think, and you're like, how would that? Oh, okay. Now then you figure it out. And you're like, really cool, really, really cool. And like there's little books everywhere that you can read. And it's just a magical game. People should play them. They're like $4.99, so like you get
Are you really?
4 games, £20. You could probably get a bundle now and have a very good time because they all get progressively better looking. So the first one were like iOS long time ago, so it's a bit blocky, but it still works in the same way. And it's just the way they've made some of the, because like you're in a dollhouse, but then you go into the rooms of the dollhouse, then some of the contraptions that you have to open and the puzzles you have to figure out to open certain parts, and it's just magical, and I love them so much. And it was the best, like I said, 2 hours last night when I played it. I'll probably go back to it tomorrow because I'm doing this evening. But last night I went upstairs at 8 o'clock, gave the kid a bath, downloaded it, and then I didn't come back down. Next thing I remember, Kevin was coming to bed, and I was like, I've not been anywhere. And he's like, yeah, I know, because Dave was barking. I was like, was he now? But he's fast asleep now on the sofa. I don't get him. I really don't. The dog's mental. But that's another game.
I do want to play them games, but I also realise I just cannot play games on my phone anymore. Just drain.
Oh no, I had to do it on my iPad.
Should have got an iPhone then, little fella, shouldn't you?
Well.
I did tell you repeatedly.
Oh, don't you have an iPhone?
No, I've got an iOS, Android device. It's appalling for battery. Second, as soon as I can get a new phone, I will be getting one because it's driving me insane. By 10 o'clock this morning, I was on 40% battery. Like, brilliant.
Wow.
I had to charge it up in the middle of the day. Insane.
That's bad.
Yeah, it is bad. Do you want? Well, I suppose while we're waiting for Sheepdog, I can give you some more games if you want, because I've not mentioned anything.
All I want.
Yeah. I can give you an update on Assassin's Creed Origins now.
Go for it.
Because I've killed 2 of them bounty hunters now, Anna.
Have you? I've never encountered them.
You've never encountered them?
I just hide from them when they're near me.
I got like I say, I got the first one a few weeks ago. I mentioned it, and then the second one just sort of came up naturally in this town where I just had to. I basically massacred everybody around me. So I was like, "There's no one gonna come to his aid now. Let's go for it. Let's see." I was only like, I think maybe one level ahead of him. We were roughly the same level, so I was like, "Right, let's go for it." And it was easier than the first one. I don't know why. I was just more prepared for it. And I got a big hammer or something like that. They have all different types of weapons. That's cool.
I didn't know that.
You get some really good gear from it. You get really good loot from it, from killing them. I think I'm at level 25 now, and it should become a game of just go to the question marks. Every question mark is fill it out. Just go to every single question mark, see what it is. I've not progressed the story on for a long time. I think the last person I killed was the Scarab. The Scarab was a really good story mission actually, where you go into find the Scarab with this fella, and then you go in, and there's a big old plot twist, and then you find yourself buried in the desert.
Yep. Yeah.
You've got your head sticking out of the desert, and you get out of it. Obviously, you get out, and then you go and deal with the Scarab. And it was a really good story mission, that. And that's the last story mission I've done, because at a certain point I just went, let's just go. Let's just go. Because I think I got carried away with the story mission, and I went into like 3 or 4 zones doing that. And I looked back, and I panned out the map, and went, there's like 3 or 4 zones that I've just wandered through. And then I realised there's about 20 question marks across everything. I was like, oh, here we go. So it's like all the hidden loots, and they kill the crocodiles and the captains, and there's a giant prison, I think, or something like that, and you have to go and help all the guys out. I really like that game. I really like it, and I'd be carrying on playing it this past week if Monster Hunter hadn't come out, because that's just taken up all my time.
Hmm.
Like between Monster Hunter and Assassin's Creed, they're basically the only games I've been playing. I've been playing a few other little bits and bobs. Just everyone get the chance just to have like, you have like 5 or 10 minutes spare, like probably 20 minutes at the most, and you can't. I can't get into Assassin's Creed in 20 minutes spurt, so you definitely can't get into Monster Hunter in that sort of time. You need a good hour to set yourself up to do a quest.
Yeah.
So I've been picking at bits on the Switch. I picked up a game called Never Stop Sneaking. You've never heard of this? It's like it is a parody on Metal Gear Solid. I would say 1. So have you ever played Metal Gear Solid 1, Anna? On the PlayStation 1?
I can remember it, but I don't think.
And it's got it's very blocky graphics, and the enemies and have like the little cones of vision sort of thing on them, and you have to like sneak around them and not get in the cones of vision and whatnot.
Yep.
It's very much like that. They're like, I think they are. I'm not sure whether they're actual pre-rendered levels or the random levels. And this game could be a phone game. You only need an analog stick. That's all you need. One analog stick, and you just moving your character around, you're sneaking around this like compound, whoever it is, and as soon as you run up behind someone, you'll take them out. You'll just slash at them with your knife, your blade, and kill them one shot. If they see you, they will shoot at you unless you have equipment such as a bullet. If you have bullets, you pick up bullets throughout the level. If you have a bullet, it will just instantly kill them. So that's it. It's cleared. They're cleared. And like I say, if you don't have the bullets, they will attack you and follow you around, and you die pretty quick. And then you have like the cameras and stuff like that, and the turrets. And if the camera sees you, the alarms will go off. But if you have an EMP grenade, you'll drop that, and it'll just fizz the camera out, and it's like if you've got such and such an item, and such a person sees you, they'll deal with it. If not, you're in trouble. But there's no button, there's no button presses or anything. It's just the analog stick. You just move around with the analog stick. So it could be a phone game. You could just use your finger on the touchscreen. And it's just kind of addictive. As far as I'm just going through levels for fun. It's like a sneaking puzzle game where you're like, okay, I need to go that way. Oh, hang on, he's coming back. Oh, there's a camera up there. Oh, but I need a bullet for that one. And you're just like this elaborate, like wacky, goofy Metal Gear kind of story. It's like a spoof of itself. And it's there's something quite addicting to it. There is just something because you can do a level in like between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. And you just go through it, and then you move on to the next one, and then you get points for doing. It is like points or whatever it is, and the more points you can upgrade your skill tree to get more like there's like camp units and engineering stuff and all sorts of wacky stuff like that to just upgrade it, and the skins everywhere. It's from the guy who made Dust and Elysian Tale. Remember that one?
What?
Dust and Elysian Tales. The one with it was like
a
yeah.
The
cartoony rabbit-looking ninja fella.
Yeah.
So it's the same guy who made that, and he made that. I mean, he made this on his own again. He made that Dust and Elysian Tale on his own. I think he's made this again on his own with some minor assistance from from music and stuff. He might not have done. I can't remember exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It's really, really good. And like I say, it's just a good game. Like I say, you can do a mission in like 30 seconds, 2 minutes, depending on how good you are. So it's good you just pick up, obviously, if you've got 15, 20 minutes on, you can rattle through loads of levels and just get on with it. And it's, like I say, there is, right now, there is so many games coming out on Switch. This week, there was 13 new games added to Switch. Last week, there was 15 new games added to Switch. It is insane the amount of games that are coming out on Switch in a minute. They're not all AAA like Nintendo games. They're all like indie stuff. But there's some real good gems on there. There really is at the minute. They're just pumping games out for fun on the Switch. And it's good. It's good because it needs games. Keep it thriving. I mean, they announced this week. They announced that they've now sold more in last year. In the year it was out, they sold more Switches than they have Wii U's. in the complete time that the Wii U was out, which is kind of bonkers.
Yeah,
but
we got
the
some.
Wii U sold very poorly, so
Yeah.
they've already surpassed it, and they are well on the way to chasing up. Well, they won't catch up with Sony and Microsoft, but they're getting
up there.
now. Yeah, they're catching up now. So, yeah.
Sheepdog is making another baby, or baby's still crying, or something, and won't be back. So,
Really?
Shall we?
Oh, has he said that?
Something about babies and not coming back.
Right. Should we get on with the comic books then? Cause,
I think we should.
yes, because
Would you like to go first? Do you talk to me about things then? Anna, you can play the role of Sheepdog.
Okay. But, yeah.
Good. That's an excellent start.
Thank you.
So, first off, I finished the Giant Days Volume 2, not on the test edition.
Excellent.
Which is a big old book, which takes me to the end of year one, I feel. It feels like the end of year one they're getting to.
That feels about right.
The book is called Winter Semester.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, so it's winter semester, but it goes through into like they're looking for houses for year two, and they're taking people around, taking like new students around the uni to look at the place. So that's where I'm at now, sort of thing, and I'm probably miles away from where it actually been up to date, aren't I?
Yeah, you're about halfway through the run where it is at the moment, I should think.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm fine with that because I'm just enjoying the big old book, and it's got another exclusive in it again, another exclusive tale in there that's not been printed or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, self-published issue.
Psh, I'm not happy about this.
No, I know. I read it last time. I've not read it yet, but I will endeavour to read it. But I still say that is one of the few books that I'm clambering to get into, that I really want to read all of immediately. I'm stopping myself because I want these big old hardback books because I think they're really cool looking. But if I had the option, I would be reading all of it. It's really good.
Get it read.
It's such a good book.
Anna, that's an incredible impression.
I didn't do anything.
You just cleared your throat and it sounded just like Sheepdog.
That was you.
That was me.
Okay.
Oh, so it was me.
Okay, so let's get into it. Wicked and Divine Volume 6.
Have you finished it?
Yeah.
Has your mind been blown?
A little bit.
Have you gone back and reread the whole thing now to try and find the clues?
I reread Volume 5 because I didn't know what was going on. I thought I'll read the last issue of Volume 5, and I went, I haven't got a clue what's going on. So I had to read all of Volume 5 again. I read all of Volume 5 almost immediately, about half an hour, and then read all of Volume 6 within 2 days.
That last issue of Imperial Phase Volume 2, or whatever it is, Volume 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is possibly the greatest single issue of a comic book in the history of the world. Just for bombshell after bombshell after bombshell. You can't catch your breath.
Yeah, I was like, I was the last bombshell. Was like, okay, but I was more shocked by the bombshell before it.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I've got to see where this goes now. I don't know. I don't know
only 2 trades left, and then they're done.
Are they actually done? Are they writing it out?
This is the final year. It was
Wow.
the original story. They've got 2 more trades. Then there'll be a collection of the one shots that they've done as well coming out after that.
Oh,
but
don't tell me
they've
that.
got another one shot coming out this month, and then Volume 7 starts the month after, and then Anna, I told you to pretend to be Sheepdog, not a baby.
That's not me.
It better not be you. If I find out you've got one of them in the house, you're moving out. I've warned you. You're not having one.
It's so mean.
But yeah, it finishes this year, The Wicked and the Divine. It should all be wrapped up by Christmas.
Christmas?
Yeah.
Get out.
That's what they reckon.
So then what trade will be out this time?
Early next year, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
Or they'll probably be, Volume 7 will probably be out by October Comic-Con as a trade, I imagine. And then the last one will be out just after Christmas. Wow. That's according to the 2 of them on Twitter.
I mean, I'm happy for it to end because in the sense of I'm happy because I want to get a resolution to the story and let me get on with other things, sort of thing. But wow, I'm happy. I'm chuffed
Wow,
now.
indeed.
Getting to an end of this epic story.
It has been marvellous.
What else have I read?
I don't know, Pab.
I'll tell you what I've read. I finished it today. Black Hammer Volume 2.
I have not read this yet.
Oh. Have you read? You've read the first one, though.
I have read the first one. Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good.
It's sat on my desk. It's one of the books that arrived in the. We had a solid 2-week period where books were just arriving every day. So there's a pile of about 12 books on my desk that I need to work through, and this is one of them. But I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah. So the premise is like that these like golden age superheroes get phased into this little town in the middle of nowhere, and they have basically been domed in like by this force field, and they can't get out. The end of the first book with Black Hammer's daughter turns up. Am I right in saying that? Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That happens at the end of the book. But she doesn't know how she's got there.
Oh yes, yeah, I do remember now.
She doesn't know how she's got there. And this one's so good as well. Because they all tell like individual stories of how they got there as well. They do like a bit of a Lost thing of like, you know, they show the life before this happened, and how it's sort of like there's like parallels with it, like, you know, this has happened before, sort of thing with them. And it's so good. It's so good. I could read this. I want to see where this goes. It's another series that will just continue to. I'll keep tabs on and want to keep reading it because it's such a good series. And I can't spoil too much for you because it's just brilliant. Some controversy going on in there. Some murder mysteries and what have you. It's good though.
I do like a bit of controversy.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, that's a lot. That's free trades for me. That's quite a lot.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'm scanning back through my list, and I think because I was poorly, I didn't really read much at all. So the only thing I've really read in its entirety is Identity Crisis, which I think Sheepdog's talked about before.
Oh yes, I told him to read it.
Oh, there you go then. I enjoyed it very much. It was very cool.
Is that the one with the elongating
the elongating man? His
so
gets killed at the start, and
one of my
then
books,
it's very Green Arrow led, which appealed to me.
Yes.
And it was just a really well told story.
It's the one where Batman's in it for like a smidge of
barely
time.
in it at all. Batman and Superman are both hardly in this.
Yeah,
it's a story of the Justice League, but without the main members of the Justice League in it very much.
Yeah.
Which is very splendid.
It's so good, such a good book that.
Definitely highly recommended. I got this one for $2.99, I think, on the Comixology Christmas sale.
Superb. I mean, I think I bought it because someone said it is the best portrayal of Deathstroke in a comic book. And I was like, all right, I want to see this then. And it is really cool. Is it Deathstroke I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
It's such a good. I love that book. I've not read it I read it once and thought it was amazing. But yeah, it's really cool.
Splendid. But I think that's all I've read in full.
Have you seen the Swamp Thing winter specials coming out next week? I think.
I have not.
Tom King written one-off special.
No.
Yeah, got delayed. I think it's been delayed. I think it was meant to be coming out like Christmas time, start of New Year. I think it's been pushed back. It's coming out next week. Yeah, it's supposed to be good. Tom King and
I will investigate.
Keep an eye on that one because it's going to be good. 80-page special.
I'm a liar as well. That wasn't all I read. I've gone back through my list again. Death Vigil by Stepan Sajic, the Sunstone Man. This is right up there with Sunstone. I've decided this man is an absolute genius. I'm so disappointed that this book only ever got 1 volume because it didn't sell at all. Because the art in it is just incredible. The man is such a talented artist. The facial expressions that he does, just like in Sunstone, are absolutely spot on.
What's it called again?
Death Vigil.
Okay.
The basic gist of it is the Death Vigil accompany the Grim Reaper, and they're not there to kill you. They're the good guys, basically. The Death Vigil are the good guys, and there's a load of necromancers who are trying to kill them, and it's basically the story of the opening stages of a war between the Death Vigil and the necromancers, but told from a really, really human perspective, because that's what Stefan Sajic does, because he's a genius. And I'm not doing it justice at all. I read it about 2 weeks ago, just before I got ill, but it was absolutely superb. And you got to read it. Everyone's got to read it. It's the law. I insist. That's this week's homework, is read Death Vigil.
Is Sunstone the one with the...
It's the Rudy one that we don't talk about in front of Anna.
Is that the one? Is that the one I thought it was?
Yeah.
I was racking my head going, I've heard of Sunstone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is that one with the weird...
yeah. Yeah, we don't say any more in front of Anna. She'll tell us off. Luckily, she's not listening, it seems.
Yeah, good.
That was a good impression of Sheepdog.
I did tell you I was back.
You're doing Sheepdog impressions again. Stop it.
I think, oh bloody hell! I think I got up to speed on Wicked and Divine this week. I think I'm up to speed. It kind of ends on a big reveal, and then there's no more at the moment. Is that right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was very good. You sold it well in telling me it was a great twist.
I'm a wise man.
Have you read any of the what's it called? Superboys, I think it's called, about Damien Super Sons. Read it at all?
Read it.
I'm loving this at the moment. Absolutely loving it. I think it's because I've got obviously a 5-year-old who doesn't know his own strength and thinks he knows everything, and Damian Wayne thinks he knows everything, and obviously Jonathan Kent is a boy growing up with Superman abilities, so it's all about them just learning to be good heroes. But I'm basically using it as a parenting Bible at the moment with my son. Although it did end up with just him going around the house pretending he had laser vision, which didn't really teach him much. But yeah, great comic at the moment. I've been addicted to that this week, and it's got me into the Teen Titans, which I never thought I'd probably read. The Titans are cool, but the Teen Titans seemed a little bit too kiddie, but I'm enjoying that too. I'd recommend it. It teaches you how to raise a son.
Splendid. Any more then? Or are we done?
I think we're good.
I think we're done. My wife came home and I just basically passed her the baby and came back on the show.
You're a monster.
Sorry for any noise you heard, by the way.
Anna had a baby halfway through, I think we heard. But she's been told to get rid of it before I come back in the house.
Fair enough.
We won't have any babies around here. So what we should probably do now is recommend that if people want to be able to see videos of Pab and Anna on an escalator together, then they need to make sure they're following us on Twitter at MGUK Podcast, or they can also follow me at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K or sheepdogrights.com.
Oh, here we go. Getting his little plug in.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab 1986.
We also have a Facebook group, facebook.com/Mature Gamer Podcast. And if we're plugging our own stuff, Sheepdog, so unprofessional, Lelujo.fm is where the cool kids hang.
The Cool King Kids.
The Cool King Kids, yeah. I don't accept just any old cool kid. They have to be royalty.
Cool royalty. I only, shill my stuff so that you can have an excuse to do so. You were in the paper, were you not? Well, Andy was in the paper, wasn't he?
He was.
There's a beautiful little story about him enjoying his journeys. I like that.
Did you like the interview that I didn't have?
Yeah, it was all quotes from you.
Yeah, they were just things I'd said in the video. It was brilliant. They just found the video, watched it, stripped out a load of stuff as quotes, took some of the comments as people's reactions to it. It was a wonderful piece of journalism.
If I put a little video of me enjoying a taxi ride across Peterbridge, I think they'll do I'll get in the paper. I want to try it now.
Probably, you should try it.
Fat man enjoys journey through chip shops of Deepin or something like that.
Yeah, do it. See what happens.
Well, I suppose we got in the paper for getting in the podcast charts, didn't we? They love a bit of journalism.
Exactly. I now need to go and see if this Roman Reigns replica vest and Superman punch glove costume is one size fits all, or if they come in different sizes. So I'm going to go and do that, and I'll see you next week, boys and girls.
Just make sure there's not an asterisk after the one size fits all, because you've been found out by that before.
Well, it's got buckles on the side. I think I'll be
Okay.
all right. If I just leave it unbuckled.
Yeah,
it'll
you should be all right. Have a good week, everybody.
Thank you very much for listening.
Bye.